good evening, and welcome to Corporate News. I am Anna Geeks.
And I am Cheryl, a.k.a. Muppet Aphrodite, a.k.a. Mainframe the Elven Zecca.
A.k.a. Mainframe 3.
That's not how I pronounce it. It's just, I mean, you know, we could have a long discussion about the great history of leet speak through the ages and early technical pioneers, but I fear you do not have time on this show for said discussion.
So we will defer
agree to disagree.
No. I
have some coworkers who also have trouble pronouncing my name.
Yes, I am completely familiar with the use of a 3 instead of an E. Trust me on that one.
Tony, reach into the choir.
Tony's in chat. Tony's in chat. Tony, don't you have getting ready to do?
Cromwell, you're not being very stealth right now.
No, not very stealthy.
No, not very stealthy.
Failed the stealth roll. Alas.
Oh, Damoon Rules says that Mordecai is making me a mixtape. Is that possible without him like completely blanking the tape out and causing it to just... Because as you know, mixtapes themselves are magnetic, recording media. And I had experiences with Mordecai in the recent past that make me suspect it would just, like, the cassette would burst into flames, or it would all just turn into silence.
So I think the question is, like, if he has some sort of gremlins or something interfering with his use of technology, how sophisticated does that technology need to be? I mean, technically speaking, a rock on a stick is technology.
It seems powered. It needs to be powered.
Yeah.
I think if he had like a steam train, I don't think it would.
So maybe he can mechanically make you this mixtape somehow.
This is a great question. Maybe he can make it out of his magic sparkles.
There we go. A magical mixtape.
Danger Guy wipes the tears away and declares Mainframe alone. He then switches to a different window and adds some line of codes to his 1990s era macro.
Aww.
Danger Guy, if you ever want to meet me at Blast for the Past, I feel like we could connect. I like the way you think. I appreciate it. It.
As someone who, until formerly known, was known as G33KGRRLY.
Bless you.
Yeah.
That must have been a fight.
Yeah, well, it still is. It still is, because that's still, the name on Twitch. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. Yeah. Twitch will
Hello, Bob.
Hello,
Bob Lordep. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Person with the most confusing name on Twitch. Yes, hello, hi. Worst name on Twitch.tv does
Songs
in fact
include "You Got a Friend," the
redirect.
theme from Friends. That see Damoon. Yes. You got a friend, the theme from Friends. That's what friends are. That's not a mainframe. That's just me. I'm a really big Avenue Q fan, and you just open the door, and it's like, meet you there, fictional character played by an internet person. There you go. Yeah. You got it. Was I here to talk about something?
I don't know. These days, this is more. It's a lot more mellow of a tone to corporate news. It's a lot less welcome to the news, and a lot more. Let's relax on the couch and catch up, and we'll get to, you can talk about the recap, but at your leisure, that sort of a thing. We don't worry about posting fake Shadowrun news. We just kind of catch up on what happened on the show last week and chit chat.
Well, what happened on the show last week was Mainframe had a glorious moment a la like Western movies, and this requires a little bit of setup. But the train that the troll was on, that Cromwell was on, its representation on the Matrix was a stagecoach. So Mainframe made her car, her van, looked like a stagecoach in the Matrix also, but instead of horses it was pulled by little sharkies, because Sharky had made it fast enough to keep up with the train in the first place.
Of course.
And Mainframe majestically lassoed the other stagecoach and pulled it closer to her own and straddled both of them in the Matrix and slowed both of them down and took control of the train that everyone was on. And, you know, there was a decker who used to be in control of the train. He's not anymore. We bricked his deck. I'm sure he'll be able to fix it later. It's fine. I told him not to do the things he was doing.
You warned him.
Yeah,
you warned him.
Mostly warned him. And then I warned him it was my train, and then he kept trying to mess with my train. It was finders keepers. That's the rules of the West. It's finders keepers. I'm fairly certain. I mean, they probably said it in a more intimidating way.
Mess with the best, bricked like the rest.
Yes, that. Put that on a poster, right?
Right.
Yes. Also, there was some brave fighting from the rest of the team in the train. There was Fang had a really good week.
Yeah.
She didn't feel like she had a good week because she murdered a lot of people, but I mean, you know, just mission goals did very well. And only mostly cut one person in half. The rest were just sort of normal murders. Elsie Blackwood is no more. We thought for a second maybe she was actually no more, but it was an elaborately staged death.
Excellent.
To try to throw the white trees off the tail. I don't really think, as long as Cromwell's around, I don't hold out a lot of hope.
He's the stealthiest non-stealthy person.
Right? Like, unless we manage to increase Elsie's height somehow digitally, I don't know, or the white trees are really stupid people. I don't think this is the last we've heard of them. Like, oh, that troll we don't like who pretended to murder our daughter's hanging out with another 15-year-old. That's weird.
That's so
but
strange.
She's a brunette, so that's...
Oh, well, it's gotta be a different girl,
yeah.
clearly.
I think, and I forget what her name is now, but it's, in case you were wondering, it does start with E, so we did dodge a bullet there. She had chosen, like, a consonant name, where just everything, the whole house of cards on which our branding is built would have just collapsed into 1,000 pieces. This is what happens when you base your branding in a world full of death on your first letters of your first name.
Right.
Scarlet Fire doesn't have to deal with this. Somebody could die and rebirth themselves. I'm sure that's what it's called. Rebrand themselves, and they would be fine. Well, but MFAC, it's like, if you have to switch sins, we're fucked. You've
really got to choose a name that still works with the brand. It's true.
Yeah, chaotically, we should investigate, like, can we just make her like a really short 40-year-old or something? Like, can we just, she's aged a lot emotionally in the last few weeks. Maybe we can work with that, or she could just wear her mask all the time. I don't know, but so we managed to get them off the train. I bought a pet.
You bought a pet.
Well, his name is Scooby, and he's a Doberman drone. But everybody else had pets.
He's a drone. Okay.
And I don't see why Scooby can't be just as good a pet as like Barnaby or all the other pets or cornbread.
You could theoretically get it fur. You could have a really furry drone.
But in the Matrix, he's very, Scooby, he's pretty furry.
Pretty cuddly in the Matrix.
He's cuddly.
JJ Hunt would like to know what we were talking about.
What aren't we talking about?
We are recapping last week's events on the show we call Shadowrun Corporate Sins, which happens every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So that's right about to happen after the recap, after we chat a little bit more and hype the upcoming shows. Rai will come in. Rai, the hype guy, will come in. We'll talk about the shows that are coming up. And this is all while we're getting totally set up for Shadowrun Corporate Sins, which is one of our bigger shows. It takes a bit more prep work than some of the other shows.
So for those who just joined, I am Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch, but I play an elven decker named Mainframe in the scope of the Shadowrun universe. Deckers are hackers, and she had a pretty good week last week. And they just completed a big, we call them episodes because but it is a game where you're gonna see a ton of dice.
Yes, it's an episode because we're presenting it to you in episodic fashion. It is, however, still a role-playing game. It is still absolutely a role-playing game. They don't necessarily know what they're going into, what they're getting themselves into.
Really none at all.
Pretty much ever.
They're really none at all.
Pretty much ever, yeah.
Krellin, I'm gonna call Horizon. I'm waiting for the right time. I want my resume to be properly arranged, and I'll admit that Look, I get lonely sometimes, and Captain Moore kind of helps
Stay
with
sinless.
that.
Stay sinless.
Yeah, it's Stay.
Don't join the corps. He's
I
trying to
see.
get you to join Horizon. Never mind calling the captain.
I am very fond of
But-
Horizon. I mean, they improved my deck. I got to go to a theme park for the first time. I know there was some awkwardness with some technomances, but that ain't the worst shit I've seen in the corporate world for sure. So, so we came home, we did stuff. I bought a drone. I went on a date. That, there was some rumors. I did go on a date with the captain of the Empress. It was a very nice date. No, I'm not telling you what happened after the date. It is none of your business. A lady does not kiss and tell. What did I... Oh, yeah. But, it's fine. It's fine.
Alert.
Yeah, we're not getting married, anything like that. It's just... It's a thing that we did. It's a thing that we did. And maybe we'll do again.
Maybe, yeah.
Nothing else was shaping up in my love life, and
There's nothing
I
like
have
shipping.
needs.
There's nothing like shipping somebody with a ship.
Well, he's very good at shipping. He's an expert shipper.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the captain of shipping.
Yeah.
That particular
Captain.
ship. It's fine. absolutely.
Excalibur overhyped or Excalibur like
Oh. Are we talking decks now? Excalibur,
it's
overhyped
a
or
little
Drac
overhyped. Too much hype behind any one deck. I mean, it's the deck. I'll admit, I didn't know what to do with my deck at first. I just kind of left it configured the same way all the time. I wasn't fast or agile enough with it. So, but I'll take another look at the Excalibur MC. I'll see. I will certainly share more thoughts. BP Phantom, how did I break any hearts? He broke my heart by not telling Sharky to help me when I asked for help. My van was not keeping up with the train. So if anyone has some splaining to do, Mordecai has some splaining to do. All right? Also, point of fact, Mainframe did not know that Mordecai was in love with her until after her date. So this is not a communication problem. And communication is a thing that
Really
Mainframe values. She values it.
Really important in any relationship at all, really. Communication.
Yeah.
It's true. And yeah, so that's definitely a tough one. I think, if the captain calls you, you should consider answering.
Well, I mean, I called him.
I'm saying, do you take turns?
Yes.
You
He
want-
called
you
me
want
to say
him
he
to-
called me after
Oh, well, see, there you go.
after the first date.
See, there you go. It's perfect. Perfect. I ship it. If I shipped anything, really.
Without Ginger Guy asks, without causing any drama, where do people feel about adding a romance subplot to an RPG campaign? It's certainly not necessary, and I think as a player, I'm not running straight for it because A, I think that it can be a distraction, and B, in improv, we often learn that there's more interest in the build-up than there is the actual romance moment. Like we did do an improvised Tennessee Williams, where the whole two characters will be flirting with it, but don't even touch the whole time. And so, stuff really worth pursuing takes a long time.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's not something. It's never something like relationships in RPGs or shows or anything really. Like relationships in general, really that moment right when you both know there's something there but you're dancing around it, that is the most fascinating part of the relationship. That is the most passionate part of the relationship because there's just build-up.
And a lot of times it is kind of like how things are going down currently between Mainframe and Mordecai, where it's not clearly communicated. Different people are at different points, and you kind of chase each other in a circle. We're playing around with it, and I take it as a fun thing to play around with, but certainly not a sure thing in any direction. And it can put your group at some real risk, both between players and between characters.
Between characters, yes.
So I wouldn't do it in your first campaign with the group. Let's definitely put it that way. It's a little easier for us improvisers because many of us have had to improvise romantic relationships before, and so it's a little bit more comfortable to explore that space.
And I think again it comes down to communication. You need to communicate it with everybody involved, and that's not 2 people. That's everybody that's playing in that group is going to be affected by that relationship. So before you get there, it should be discussed with the other players, and like it should be a thing. Hey, is this something that we as a group are all okay with having happen in this campaign? Or should we shy away from that and set that to the side and move on from there? Because I think that like that's part of why it can ruin campaigns, is because some people have no interest in that, and it's too easy for 2 people to kind of railroad a campaign with their idea of how they want things to go, which centers around their romance. So it's communication.
So Conrad asks, he asks a mainframe 3, which but I'll assume that's directed to me, and asks if Scooby has an attack function or works in the Matrix. So he definitely, you control him like any other drone, so I can, control him from the Matrix if I'm not doing anything else in the Matrix. And I am configuring some sort of autonomy programs for him so he can patrol a little bit. And I'm still deciding on what weapon. He comes with the weapon mount, and I want to choose correctly, just as you would choose a good collar or something for your pet. I want the weapon for Scooby to really fit his personality, which is still evolving. And on that note, I should go get set up with the rest of the crew, but it's been good hanging out.
Send Rai the hype guy in, please, if you would, and it was wonderful chatting with you again, as always. And Rai the hype guy.
What's up?
Rai the about to get marinara sauce on the white couch guy.
Rai says thank you to Negihama for the pizza guy.
There's even meat on the pizza.
Negi, I love it. You got the Canadian bacon, you got the sausage, the black olives. It's a salty delicacy. Thank you. So
no corp fins. I see how it is. No corp fins. No. It's fine. Pizza with all the meat on it, but no corp fins. It's okay. It's okay.
He knows we need the protein and the salt to retain our fluids better.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So what's going on today? What did I miss?
I don't know. You're supposed to tell me that. So now this is the part where Ryan here tells us all about what is going to happen in the coming next few days on this channel.
Absolutely.
While the runners finish getting ready for the show that's happening in like about 10 minutes. No jorts either, I know. It's weird.
Corporate sins,
It's weird.
yeah.
It's throwing me off. It's throwing me off a little.
I've been trying to explain those, that these will easily become jorts with time. So don't worry. This is just a baby jort. Anyways, yes, let's talk about what's going on. So, tonight, of course, after Shadowrun, hey, bloody Harlequin girl.
See, we don't have the noise.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. That is awesome. We really appreciate all your support. You help us make awesome stuff like this happen every day. So, tomorrow, if you're new or if you're not new, let's go over the schedule. 1 p.m. We're doing
well next Shadowrun.
Oh, sure. Next Shadowrun Corporate Sins.
What they can do.
Absolutely. How to interact?
Yeah.
All right, first things first, as you probably heard, there is a corporate metagame that you should check out. You can join a corporation, you can open subsidiaries, espionage, do all sorts of crazy stuff, hire our runners. But right now, if you want to interact with the game, you can help give the runners more dice to use to do things they couldn't normally. So if you want to see our half-orc street samurai be able to be a little charismatic, there's dice for that.
There is dice for that. And so Shadowrun relies on piles and piles of d6s. Mm-hmm. We often call it buckets of dice. And so this is a particularly great way to interact with the game in fun, funny, entertaining, and yet meaningful ways, like that actually have an impact on the game in very interesting ways. So this is a great way. It can totally save their butts. You just throw more dice into their dice pool and they can just pull from them when they need it. And if we hit how much they get,
every $500 raised, we are able to give them a point of edge.
They each get an entire point of edge.
And if we do that twice, then we do a big giveaway where we give away a bunch of games, comics, and books, and more.
So very, very cool. And at the end, as he mentioned, the metagame, at the end of the show, we roll a bunch of dice, and that changes all the 10 Megacorp standings within the metagame. And it's really cool. And if you are interested, you must subscribe, join our Discord server, which is awesome. You should do that anyway. and then talk to the moderators, and they'll let you know a little bit more.
That's right.
So then tomorrow.
Well, actually, I almost forgot.
Okay.
We also have Honesty Hour tonight.
Oh yeah.
So, at 10 p.m., Honesty Hour is our most official, unofficial show. What this is Zack, and sometimes a guest, but tonight just Zack, kind of go over what's happening behind the scenes, what we're doing, what kind of things we want to talk about. You know, it's a heart-to-heart with the community where we're just completely honest, answering your questions, letting people know, hey, JJ Hunt 5, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much.
And I just totally forgot part of my job.
Oh, sure.
I need to tell them the action points.
Yes! I wanted to be a part of this anyways.
For the
I always like
metagame.
hearing about this.
So I totally forgot. I do apologize. I have a migraine right now.
Man.
So I'm forgetting things a lot, and
Well, that's okay.
that's just the issue. But we're pushing ahead. Action point totals.
Let's hear
Super
about
excited.
it. Yes.
Neonet. Way ahead.
Woo.
Way ahead with 20 action points. I have no idea how they pulled that one off.
Neonet crushing
I'll
it.
look at that later. I'm sure they're cheating.
Hacks.
I'm positive they're cheating. Not really. I'm sure they're not cheating. But I have Neonet set at 20 action points. 20 action
Wow.
points. Ares has the next most with 14 action points.
Not bad.
Evo and Ranraku each have 13. And do you want to go with Horizon, Seder, Krupp,
Yep,
Wuxing?
absolutely. So Horizon has 12, as well as Seder Krupp, as well as Wuxing. They all are at 12. And Shiawase coming up with 11. And
As Technology and Mitsuhama each have 9 points, which is
Make 'em
cool.
count.
They're a lot closer together than a lot of weeks. The tail end has a couple more than they were getting previous weeks, so this is really cool. So that's the action point totals. Those are the semi-official, official numbers. It's wonderful. And had you finished talking about Honesty Hour?
yeah, so Honesty Hour is basically heart-to-heart with the community. We kind of tell all about what's happening behind the scenes and are super real and super honest and super transparent about what's happening, what our challenges are, what our goals are, what's coming up. It's a really good time if you want to really get to know all of us, and especially spend some time with Zack and ask questions that really matter to you about the future of the channel. You know, it's kind of like our State of the Union, except for it's interactive. So, White House, get on our level.
I call him State of the Stream Address.
State of the Stream Address, that's exactly what it is. And then, of course, on Thursday, it's one of my favorite days because it starts with Off the Trails. Off the Trails is at 1 p.m. and it's our show with Jim Stewart Allen and Sally Jordan, who are these hilarious comics from Seattle, who are going to be playing Ark. And neither of them have played, and they're going to be fighting for their life and being devoured by dinosaurs, and you can probably hop in and help or harass them.
Oh, please throw poop at them.
Throw poop at them.
Guys, you know how to play Ark. Throw poop at them.
There's a couple Ark players around here.
Throw poop at them, lure Tyrannosaurus Rexes at them, scare them with the Spinos. Like, you know what to do. That'll be a good time. That'll be hilarious. The two of them, yeah. T-Rex comes around the corner with glasses on.
I just can't wait for
the dinosaurs can wear glasses.
I did not. Dude, Jim's gonna have so many golden comments about that.
Remind me later, and I will show you a picture of my pet Tyrannosaurus Peebs with glasses on.
Can they get sunglasses?
No.
Oh.
No, they're like these gold wire-rimmed circular glasses. It's hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
I will show you pictures later of my pets. It'll be great. It'll be
Yes.
wonderful. So that's going to be super entertaining.
Right.
And then after that is LAN Party.
That's right, 3 p.m. LAN Party. We have Llama Down Under, we have Zack, we have Zargaros, we have Drunkenly Romantic, and Claudia all playing Paragon. And most of them haven't really played it. Obviously, Zack and Zargaros played all the time. So this is going to be very interesting. So I think we're going to split up the teams a little bit and have them face off, maybe after a couple little training matches. So it should be a really good time of watching Zack get angry and try hardy, and everyone else be goofing off and having a fun time.
Zack will, be getting frustrated and angry with
I can't wait.
That will be its own brand of entertainment.
Absolutely.
A little bit of Zack Pain Schadenfreude.
Exactly.
It'll be good.
And Dan's going to be there commentating the whole thing. So he's going to be our pseudo shoutcaster for our little LAN party. So he'll be there finding out what all the deep strategies or lack thereof are all about.
I would love for him to not necessarily to do the shoutcaster route, but to do the golf commentator route. And we see coming around the corner this wonderful Paragon player. It would be wonderful. It would be wonderful because Zack could be raging in the background, and
like cue
Claudia will
the
just
sounds,
be dancing
and
around the table
claps.
for no reason and stuff. Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So
Yes.
then we have Trivia Hops after that. What's the subject for Trivia Hops?
Trivia Hops this week is Whedonverse, so that covers everything. Buffy, Dollhouse, the Avengers, Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all that good stuff we're going to be talking about tomorrow. And we have Sally coming back.
That's a lot of stuff,
Yes,
too.
that's a lot. Sally's coming back for that because literally I think she would kill me if I didn't invite her to this episode. And she's going to be playing with Connor from Death From Above, our Friday night mech giant robot destruction show. And they are going to be playing with W. Shand and Seriously Clara, great streamers who you may remember from the Necropolis stream. You should go check them out. They have awesome channels, super fun. We just rated Clara the other night.
Yeah.
And good people indeed. And as well, we also have Keeson Holt and another improviser coming into town whose name is escaping me at this point, so I am sorry.
Oops.
Whoops.
So real quick, do you still need questions for Trivia Hops? Because there's a submission form that...
There is a submission form. I think we're looking pretty good, so if you want to get your questions in before I finalize it, I'm probably going to start finalizing the questions tonight, if not early tomorrow morning. This is your last chance. Yes.
So, and then Friday,
of course, is going to be Starmaker. And so last week we actually started this cool DIY stereo mixer project. Ooh. Yeah, so Vanessa had never done anything like this before, and she's doing an awesome job. And she's actually making it from an Altoid tin and a couple different electronic products that you can get at like Radio Shack. So anyone can do this project at home. So follow along and see her complete it. And we actually voted on the next project, which is going to be a chapstick LED flashlight. So you can also get in on that because she'll probably be finished up before the end of the episode. And I know there's a new DSP update, a big Starmazer DSP update. And Kaz is going to be around to help show it off, and we're going to be playing that. And of course, after that, it is Weekly Affirmations, our positive feel-good show where we play indie RPGs. And we'll be doing that with Strix and folks there, followed by Death From Above, our big Battletech role-playing show where we take 3D printed mechs and we destroy them when they take damage. It's gonna be awesome. Our special guest...
Seriously, 3D printed mechs that are like 6 to 8 inches tall that we take power tools to. We take a Dremel tool to them. We take a wood burning tool to them and melt off the plastic and drill holes in them, and there's little explosions of puffs of little baby powder explosions and stuff like that that Viking Lass has packed in there, and all the sorts of goodies.
And don't asphyxiate us, most importantly.
Yeah, and don't kill us.
Yeah, unlike the putty we were using before. So.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Oopsie. So that's super cool. A lot of fun. Some really amazing role playing going on that show as well. So if that's your thing, if you're here for Shadowrun, but you haven't checked out Death From Above, you absolutely should. Absolutely should. So,
yeah. It is a literal blast. Things are getting blasted apart.
Quite literally. Sometimes she's got a... Did we get her a new hammer?
Yep, we got the hammer. We have a blood-covered hammer.
A blood-covered hammer.
Stage blood.
So we found that one.
The Mandy hammer.
The Mandy hammer. Oh, okay, great.
Handy Mandy hammer. Yes.
Aw. Rip Mandy.
Sorry, Mandy.
Hashtag avenge Mandy.
Hey, Mandy's still alive in Vanquished, so that's good. As far as we know. I mean, at this point, I guess, who can say?
Thank you, Demolition. I like this necklace, too.
Oh. DFA is the best! Oh, thank you for the kind words, Tri Squad.
To go when 6 rolls around.
All right.
So just give me the cue.
So,
excellent.
Looks like we will be heading off soon, but that is
very soon.
the rest of the week.
That's super cool. Lots of cool stuff coming on.
Yep, and PAX Week next week. So we are lining up some awesome guests who are in town for PAX, and the week after...
So here's this thing.
Yes.
Did I hear there was a little surprise guest coming on the Gauntlet in a couple of weeks?
Yes, that's true. I guess I can reveal that. It's official. We are going to have...
Well, considering people came into my chat this morning telling me about it, and I'm like, is that supposed to be public knowledge? Oh, yeah. Zack talked about it last night.
Yes.
Okay, all right, great. Yeah, he is.
Everyone is allowed to be
There you go.
excited and spread the word. Yes.
So yeah, let's talk about that, because that is super cool.
In a couple
He's gonna be
weeks.
amazing on that.
Matt Mercer is coming on the Gauntlet, and he is going to be opening up Season 1, our official Season 1 start. We have gotten the Gauntlet up and moving, and it's been super great to see the way it's evolved. and he's going to help us start it off right with a great battle, which will hopefully set the bar really high.
So it's true, Mercer is coming. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Matt Mercer will be here.
Matt Mercer of Critical Role fame.
You may have heard of him.
recently nominated for a Streamy Award.
That's right.
So that's cool.
Which means Zack is also nominated for a Streamy.
Yeah, Zack, because it's for last year.
For last
Zack
year.
was there all of last year.
So congrats to the both of you.
Congrats to Zack on being nominated for that streaming.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's super cool. Yeah, Mercer is going to be on the Gauntlet, not this coming week, the following week.
That's right.
Not the, yeah.
Yep. So after PAX.
SF Illumia, that's what I was trying to get them to do. We'll see who the rest of the team ends up shaping up to be, but we're definitely going to get some good names on there. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be all stars either way. Whoever is going to be locked in for those other slots. And I can't wait. So that is sort of the big announcements for what's coming up. So get ready, because we're about to go on to Shadowrun Corporate Sins. QQ, can you shut it down and pass the baton?
QQ, queue up.
Queue it up. Nice. QQ it up.
QQ it up.
I like that. That's good.
I'm on a roll.
QQ it up.
I'm on a roll.